Kia ora, hello, it's Thursday, the 11th of June. Thank you for joining me. It was a frosty morning this morning with frosts as far north as Waikato. We might have seen some frosts in other areas. Let me know in the comments section if you're further north than that. And we've got clear skies in a number of places, although a little bit cloudy along the eastern side of the North Island up to about East Cape and around the west coast, with some of that cloud spilling over into the southwest corner of the North Island. And over the next 24 hours, some of that Tasman Sea cloud will move into other areas like Auckland and Waikato, and that will reduce the chance of frost, but there is still the chance of fog. Thickest of the clouds coming in around Fiordland. You've got this line of convergence out at sea. Now that is between two high pressure zones, one that's over Tasmania, the other one that's in the Tasman moving towards the North Island. So plenty of thunderstorms offshore linking right up to Queensland. On the air pressure map, you can see what I'm talking about. Two sets of high pressure in the middle, that's where the winds meet. Now you've got a nor'wester coming in around Fiordland and lower parts of the South Island. Also a nor'wester developing around the Cook Strait area. Otherwise the North Island still has that southerly flow. And if you're in coastal Canterbury, you might even notice a bit of a north to northeasterly wind that's pushing through at the moment. So we've got high pressure on the way, and that means mostly dry weather for now, but we do have a cold front coming through this Sunday through to Tuesday. So we'll talk about that in a moment, but let's quickly update you on the Mystery Creek weather near Hamilton Airport. You can see the sunny weather you've got today. Not a very warm day, but still beautiful day around Waikato. Tomorrow with that southwesterly wind just pushing through a little bit, cloudy weather. Could be fog around as well. The wind won't be very much. And the blue line that you see here in the graph is showing around about a 10% chance of a shower, but it's looking dry as you go through the next few days at Mystery Creek. And also the fog map here, all you have to look for, the area highlighted in the pink, so you can see some of those foggy zones coming through over the next few days. And if you're packing up on Sunday, just be aware there could be some fog around at Hamilton Airport. But otherwise, it is dry for the field days. Here's Friday's forecast. So we've got high pressure, the two double-decker high pressure. In between, you've got the convergence with those showers and cloudy weather. So it should be cloudy along the west coast with a bit of wet weather, just a little bit coming through. It's kind of a narrow line of it. And you might even notice a couple of showers or a bit of cloud around Canterbury. It's otherwise dry for you. In the North Island, with that change to the southwesterly winds, brings in some cloud along the west coast. Some of that already arriving today, as I say, around Taranaki, further down towards Wellington. You can see here we've got a few showers, not much. It's still mostly dry, but there could be a shower or two that comes in off the Tasman Sea. And the westerly wind means those of you in the east should have a drier and slightly warmer day than you've been having. As we go through to Saturday, we've still got that line of wet weather, high pressure sort of consolidating into one area here to the north, and still pushing out over the North Island and further out towards the Chatham Islands, where you've got southwesterly winds carrying on. So most places are dry, but the upper part of the west coast and spilling over into Tasman, maybe Nelson, Marlborough, you might get a couple of showers coming through, and there may also be a shower or two from Wairoa out towards Mahia Peninsula and maybe the western side of Northland, because there's still cloudy periods coming through as we go into Saturday. And with the light winds, fog is possible in both of the main islands. But on Sunday, those fog risks pretty much remain only around the upper North Island, because the further south you go, the more you're caught up in those windy nor'westers, which will pick up from Wairarapa down to Wellington and then across the South Island. Strongest winds, as I said yesterday, from sort of Fiordland through the mountains of Otago and Canterbury. It's not massively strong, but it'll be a little blustery here and there in exposed places. And most of the rain in Fiordland and a little bit coming into Southwestland. Also still a few more showers left over from that band of convergence. So that moves further into the North Island on the western side. So about Waitomo down to, say, Honowhenua, coming in towards northern parts of Wellington. Still the possibility of some wet weather that'll be heavier up in the hills. As we go into the start of next week, that cold change continues on. So there is the cold front, some heavy rain and thunderstorms over on the west coast. The polar boundary coming in to southwestland, Fiordland, Southland, Otago, and then moving into Canterbury as well. So there'll be a dusting of snow on the mountains and ranges. Worth noting though that south of that blue line, not a huge amount of wet weather, so showers and higher up a few snow flurries. Heaviest rain on the west coast. And in the North Island, temperatures lift up in most places as there's now more of a northwesterly wind coming through. The chance of fog is reduced. It's still possible in the morning in some areas, maybe around Bay of Plenty, Waikato, Auckland northwards, but I think that breeze will start to kick in and reduce the chance of that. But you can see the pale blue here, that means the chance of isolated showers more likely down around Horowhenua. As we go into Tuesday, the polar boundary moves into the North Island, so those of you in the lower half will definitely notice the temperature dropping as we go into Tuesday. Low pressure between the Chatham Islands and Canterbury, that will help encourage that southerly wind into the Wellington and Wairarapa regions. It doesn't look overly strong though. So that wind moves up, it fades away, although you've still got a slight south to southwesterly around the upper North Island. The cold front falls apart because of high pressure that is up here to the northeast and out here to the west. And so the front falls apart. So you'll get some wet weather going through either Monday night or going into Tuesday morning, and that will linger in Eastern Bay of Plenty, East Cape and the Gisborne, Tairāwhiti region. So showers around, or patchy sort of rain and showers around the North Island on Tuesday, and maybe still around the upper part of the South Island. Otherwise, drying out and a return to temperatures dropping at night time. So by Wednesday, we've got a subtropical low up here that is not expected to affect New Zealand at this stage because this high pressure zone exiting Australia will bulldoze that away. So we're not expecting anything from that at this stage. Southwesterly winds carry on, which means western areas, including Auckland, down to about New Plymouth, you got a few showers maybe possible and cloudy periods with that breeze coming through. Driest weather further out to the east. And most of the South Island's dry, but there could be an isolated shower or two, maybe around Southland or coastal Otago. But again, it looks mainly dry as we go through next week. So that is the forecast for today. Thanks for joining me. I'll catch you again tomorrow, Friday.